Welcome back, everybody, to the Invitational. And welcome to the first part of the finale. We have arrived, run 3. This is Group 1 at Sultans Curse. The obstacle group that has gotten the least amount of attention over the past couple weeks and received the most votes in the poll for where to hold the final. So it comes last. The course uses as little of the obstacle as possible. It is borderline claustrophobic. Here are your 3 runners in this group: Argentum, Blue Sky High, Colonel Mustard. They've run first every time, and now the spinner is going to determine who is going to run first, second, and last in this, the first group of really what is the finals of the finals. A little slow turnaround, very steep shadows here. Blue Sky High will be the first to set tread upon this. We'll now see who runs second to last. Coming slowly around, and it looks like it's going to come to a stop on Argentum. Argentum running in the middle. Colonel Mustard will run this final farewell spinner. We will see you again next time around. We dive straight into this in the realm of deep, long shadows. There is, of course, Blue Sky High, the LCG MST CFX-W. There should be an asterisk next to LCG. He has a divorced transfer case, so his transmission didn't actually get any lower. He did get an angled skid. He got quite a bit of work done to him. He runs TRX4 high lift shocks to maintain his sky high status, which he does. 4-wheel steer there, barely in frame. He's really trying to stay up above that marker on the 1, and does not. First guy out, an untested course. No wheel has touched this. Coming up to 2, which is that in the middle, by the way. He didn't bypass a gate if the flag can't be seen clearly. That is gate 6. So gate 6 remains live. He's cresting over through gate 2, not having too much of a problem. 4-wheel steer and JConcepts Ruptures. Gate 3 is there's a bit of a drop. That's not even a descent. That's just a drop. He's got his little kicked skid plate hung up there a little bit, and as it come unhung, he went for a I don't know if this was a strategy or just incidental, but that counts. He has cleared gate 3 upside down and backwards. Just opts for a straight reverse out of the canyon here under the bridge. Blue Sky High, adept at using a reverse. He's going to use a reverse to back all the way out onto flat ground, which we don't penalize. That is an intelligent way to go about it. Very narrowly skirts gate 4 there. Through it no problem. Coming up around to 5. 5 very off camber and has a bit of a drop. Opts for another reverse, pulls it back. Perhaps got a little too far back there. Got to get that low side tire up over it. Well done there. If you can keep the rear end swung around. And looks like he does. Clear through 5 there. All that remains now is 6. 6, as you can see, is worse than 5 if we're categorizing things thusly. He's taking it very gingerly here, as I think he realizes he's done for a first run out, for being the first guy of 9 to try this. Oh, rolls out. I don't know if he hit that marker on the way down. Take another cut at it here, because the roll came quite a bit before the marker. Just trying to stay high. Oh, definitely got it that time. So he's going to swing it around, come through. Hold your head up as high as the blue sky, my friend. That was not a terrible effort through there, being the guinea pig, as it were, for that run. We waste no time, of course. Argentum ready to go, bringing his Phoenix click along with him. And actually, the click was not as pronounced on this particular day, which is one of those most concerning things. He's trying to get up a bit high. He does not have four-wheel steer, so he's trying to get high to avoid that low side marker there. It's got a bit of slip here, and slip and a rollout. It's sort of a recurring theme here in the Invitational for rigs to strike gate 1, as the placement of gate 1 has been somewhat cruel in recent rounds. Just straight at the vertical here. Argentum will see how wheelbase ground clearance work here. This is an all portals group. No straight axles in here. He's hung a little bit here, using some dig to pull the front end down. So I think he's attempting to not do what is essentially an Argentum Pantodon maneuver, which is to barrel roll through a gate. Ooh, it's a bit of a drop. This is not reverse. This is one tire, very bound, and just somersaults cleanly and landing in a much better position than what Blue Sky High. So in terms of Blue Sky High's luck, Argentum just did it luckier. Now making an attempt to dig his way out of here. I think he's going big overdrive here. That's the different Phoenix click. That would be a big JConcepts Tusk rubbing there. Not willing to employ a reverse this early on. The Phoenix is using the power of an NSDRC RS800 servo to just force himself sideways. It's like having two engines, really. But the rear end is in a bad position relative to the front. We'll see how he manages this. Oh, a little too much pep there. And what you want to talk about, like there's no movement on that marker, but I don't think you could physically get any closer than that. So Argentum ends up using the Blue Sky High long back out maneuver, going to back pretty much all the way out of the valley there. Now hopefully he doesn't end up striking one of these markers, because this has been a lot of work to go through to just end up striking a marker. It's on the side again. Manages to right himself. How's he going to maneuver this? Oh, little dig and big overdrive. I thought for sure he was going to go for another reverse to pull out of there. This is the big... And we're unsure. I remember reading something stating that the overdrive percentage in the big overdrive in the Phoenix was actually understated by Vanquish. Apparently it's something like 45%, which would explain why genuinely it is a function of limited utility. You have to be in a very specific situation. He's up quite high here. Is he too high? Yes, he is. That is a small contact. But he's definitely parked on top of that marker, and then it's not really going to matter, because if you've already struck one, might as well complete the set. Make it the salt and pepper. Get both shakers in there. Taking it gently here. Only 6 remains. Blue Sky High did not have particularly good luck with it. He could have taken a shot out onto the flats here. I think Argentum is just so... He is so focused and business oriented that he was like, no, I'm gonna navigate straight into this. He's got the Tusks giving plenty of traction. And that, if anything, now that was a Phoenix move right there. A little 4S action here coming straight at you. He's up high. All 4 off the ground easily through 6. I think he cleared 6 completely in the air. I think he might have been slightly happier with a landing on all 4s, but the Phoenix, second perhaps only to TRX4s in its ability to cyclone out of a potential rollover. A little short shot, and he is through the start-finish. The markers lined up there in twins. And just like that, and liquidy quick, we are at the final competitor of this, the first group, Colonel Mustard, who attentive eyes would note is the only rig of this group with full width bumpers, which based on this terrain, we'll clip there on 1. So everybody hit 1. So much like Gate 1 in Undertaker in a stage long ago, like the initial Undertaker stage, I think only 1 rig made it cleanly through 1. We will see out of the 9 who manages to get through 1. Coming up over through 2, no problem. During, let's put big air quotes around this as it should, during course layout and design, it was thought that 2 would be much more difficult. Non-ASMR warning incoming. The slipper clutch was tightened, but apparently not enough, because the 10-3 slipper is about to do some work, as we're getting no wheel motion there. Managed to pop out, but straight over. So that is the first strike on 3. Immediately rolls, just full, just slipper, just blasting away here. He is what I had initially thought well and truly stuck. Oh, that is a sound. But the Colonel is fighting his way out of it. A little too high there again. Ooh, looks a little Austin Powersy. Oh, rockets forward. Now let's hope he goes for a Blue Sky High-esque big reverse all the way out of the canyon to get a good line up here to 4. And yes, he is reversed completely out of the frame. Completely out of the frame. When he's there, we are. We're back at it. It's a little oblique of a line there for 4. And then mired in a little. I believe the rear. Oh, he's on the side again, but back on the wheels. A little dig here. I think everyone has had to use some tricksy feature to get through this part of the canyon here. That swing between gates 3 and 4. Let's hope that the official scorers got it at least reasonably close in the... Oh, we're hung up again. At least reasonably close in the number of reverses the Colonel took here. And were he not fitted with a front bumper, I think he would just get right up over this. So before the next... Oh, a little more slipper action now. Before the next, whatever competitive event comes next, I think the bumpers really need addressing. Colonel, the rear bumper is not bad. The front bumper is just... It sticks out too far and it's too close to the ground. He needs something tucked much further up inside the body. He's pretty well stuck here. And little lift on 5 there. Just leaves him with 6. We will see how he fares on 6, as the Argentum, the Phoenix, of the first 2, is the only one to attack it. And when I say attack it, he truly, truly attacked it. Trying to get a little dig for better position. Canyon Trail's doing pretty well here, honestly. He's approaching it slowly. It's pretty off angle here. And And using the maneuver, oh, nice cyclone out. The Colonel clears 6 as well. So 2/3 of the group clearing 6. And that, of course, brings us to the close here, where we have nothing to do but look at the scores. The first 3 of the last 9. And there's your scorecard. Blue Sky High used just 2 reverses. Pretty good. 4-wheel steer, I'm sure, helped. But he did strike 3 gates. He did not roll over, well, not in such a way that he had to be righted, giving him a total of 25 points, that's kind of on par. Argentum did use 1 reverse, 1 big long reverse. He struck just 2 gates and was able to extricate himself from all upside-down activities, so 0 rollovers for him as well, for a very respectable total of 16 points. The Colonel had 6 reverses that were counted. There may have been more. And he struck 4 gates. 4 gates. He did not roll over. This nevertheless gives him a final tally of 40 points. So we'll take a quick look at all the numbers. There's run 1, where the halcyon days of Lil Yella 0. There are the totals from run 2. Then we'll work our way over to the grand finals totals for 1 and 2. Zoidberg, Daphne, Lil Yella, there up in the front. Here are our totals from the first group here, 16, 25, 40. And then there are the big numbers. The Colonel with that 40, the first contestant to break 100. I'm certain there will be others. And at least for this moment, here at the close of Group 1, Run 3, Sultan's Curse, we've got our current, probably very temporary leader in the Invitational. The Vanquish VS4-10 Phoenix that is Argentum. 16 points, respectable score, 51 total, not too bad. Will it hold up? We've got 6 more rigs to run, and we'll all find out together who comes home with the fictional imaginary trophy at the end of the Invitational.